guys? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about HOAQIN and why I feel like HOAQIN is by far the best DPS in the game as of to right now. But before I get started on the video, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and also turn on post notification bells so that you guys can always stay tuned as to when I post new videos. I really appreciate it. And if you guys are new here on the channel, I have a Discord server. So if you guys have any questions, you can join the server by going to my channel description. Use the server link there, and I'll also post a server link in the comment section down below. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into the video. So as you guys may know, I already told you guys that I've been working on my HOAQIN and getting a lot of copies on him, and so far I brought him up to 4 rainbow stars. Now if you guys watch all of my videos, I always say that Yiwa is the best DPS character in the game, and that is still true. Like, she is by far one of the best DPS characters in the game. She's just broken. But I feel like HOAQIN, like as of to right now, his performance is way better than Yiwa. And then the reason why I say that is because we look at his equipment set, right? We look at his equipment set. The best equipment set for HOAQIN is Bergamot. Like, that's an actual fact. And the reason why this equipment set is so good on him is because it basically increases his lifesteal, and it also gives him additional max HP. Now, the reason why this equipment set is good on him is because his survivability is like the main issue. Like, HOAQIN, he does amazing busted damage, but the only problem with this character is that he dies so fast. So that's the main reason why this equipment set is the best on him, because it basically increases his survivability and it basically allows him to stay on the battlefield longer. So this is pretty much the set that I'm using on him. And if you guys are wondering which stats you want to have on this character, so I'll say, I won't say the most important stat, but the top stats you definitely want to focus on with HOAQIN is for sure HP, because HP increases his survivability. You want to also focus on attack so that he can basically do more damage, and then you also want to focus on crit rate and crit damage. Crit rate and crit damage, those are like the top 2 stats when it comes to like a DPS character, because it basically increases their critical hit rate and it also increases their critical damage. So you definitely want to focus on the crit rate and crit damage. And then for accuracy, evasion, and swiftness, these are like the big 3 in terms of, like, you know, your character based off of your character's performance. These are like the top 3 stats. And I'll say out of all the 3 stats, swiftness, you don't really have to focus on swiftness for HOAQIN because he doesn't really need to spam his special skill. So I'll say evasion and accuracy, those are extremely important, because accuracy, if we click this right here, it affects the chance your attacks will miss when attacking enemies. So if you increase his accuracy, the chances of him missing his attack will be extremely low. So make sure that you give him a lot of accuracy so that he can actually land his attacks. And then for evasion, give him a lot of evasion so that enemies won't be able to hit him as much. So those are like the top 2 stats I think you should definitely focus on for him. And then lifesteal, of course, lifesteal increases his survivability because he's able to basically take HP away from the enemy and then put it on himself. So it says affects the amount of HP restored to self proportional to damage inflicted on enemies. So the more damage he deals, the more he's able to restore his HP. So those are like the top stats you definitely want to focus on with HOAQIN. And then for the boots right here, the shoes, you definitely want to focus on the critical damage increase. And then you also want to focus on, like over here, you also want to focus on the critical hit rate. Those are like the top, like if you're grinding for his shoes, like equipment shoes, get crit damage, and then for the bracelet, get crit rate so that you can basically increase his damage. I can definitely get better equipment, but these are like the ones I have for now. So that's pretty much, you know, the way you want to build this character. And if we were to look at his skill, I'll say out of all his skills, like the active, special move, and passive, the most, like the number 1 thing that makes him so broken is this active skill right here, Rampaging Soul. This active skill is so cracked, and the reason why it's so broken is because he basically teleports around the battlefield and basically one-shot enemy targets. Like, it's insane, and that's it, like the main reason why I recommend you guys to for sure not grind, but basically build up that accuracy so that when he's teleporting around the map, around the battlefield, he's going to be able to one-shot enemies. Because even though it's an active skill, you can still miss with his active skill because of the accuracy. So this active skill basically focuses on his accuracy. If he can actually land his attacks, he will literally one shot enemies. It's crazy. So this active skill is completely insane, and this passive skill is just straight up broken because he basically gets like a 160% attack increase, because it says 40% and then max 4 stacks, so he basically gets a 160% increase, which is absolutely insane. So overall, I just feel like HOAQIN, like his potential and his performance so far is just way better than he was as of to right now, because when I had HOAQIN at 2 red stars, his survivability was terrible. It was just trash. But when I brought him to like rainbow stars, there was a huge difference. Like his survivability is no longer an issue. He's able to just instantly clear levels. He's just an insane crack character. And on top of that, we have the new SSR plus character, Gusting. And I feel like Gusting, he definitely increases HOAQIN's potential, because if we look at this passive right here, while data gusting is on the battlefield, all allies including summoned beings gain 40% more HP when recovering HP. So the fact that HOAQIN is recovering his own HP, he's going to gain an additional 40% more HP when he's recovering his HP, which is really good. And it says allies who have their HP recovered have their attack increased by 40% for 5 seconds. So not only are you increasing HOAQIN's HP increase, you're also increasing his attack by 40% for 5 seconds. So for his passive, for HOAQIN's passive, you basically get a 160% max stack attack increase. And on top of that, if you have Gusting, you get an additional 40% when HOAQIN is recovering his HP. So you're getting like a max 200% attack increase. That is crazy. So that's like one of the main reasons why I feel like HOAQIN is just way better than Yiwa as of to right now, because Yiwa, she doesn't really have a unit that can basically increase her attack. I mean, Bomb, yeah, I'll say Bomb can definitely, you know, increase her attack and also increase her energy. He's like the only character that's like a good battery unit for Yiwa. But other than that, if I were to compare Bomb and Gusting, Bomb is definitely better for sure. But you know, Gusting just came into the game, so you know, he still needs a lot more testing, and I don't even have him. I'm close to getting him done because I'm trying to get him in the black market and the event. So when I get Gusting, I'm definitely going to test him, and I just feel like his potential, HOAQIN's potential, just definitely increased because you have Gusting, and on top of that, you have the brand new equipment set that basically increases HOAQIN's survivability. And the more copies you get on HOAQIN, the more busted he becomes, because basically, if you don't have a lot of copies on him, his survivability just gets worse and worse. When you bring him up to Rainbow, you can literally see a major difference. And the reason why it's a huge difference is because if we come over here to Limit Break, you get a permanent attack increase, you get a permanent HP increase, you get a permanent accuracy increase, and also a permanent evasion increase. When you bring him up to Rainbow, you're basically permanently increasing these important stats to basically increase his survivability. So I feel like Rainbow, if you want to use HOAQIN, if you're struggling with HOAQIN survivability and he's just dying too fast, the only answer I have for you is to bring him up to Rainbow Stars and put the lifesteal equipment set on him, and you're pretty much good. Like, his survivability will no longer be an issue. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase him for you guys. We're going to go to trial area. I think I have 6 more attempts. Yeah, I have 6 more attempts, and you guys are just going to see how absolutely insane this character is. Now this team, once I get Gusting, I'm definitely going to replace this character right here. I'm going to replace her and put Gusting in this team. But as of to right now, purple unit, I feel like purple unit is really good right now because of Gusting and also HOAQIN. He's just carrying the purple unit as of to right now. And of course Kaseya doing really well with HOAQIN, because if we look at Kaseya's passive, the more purple units you have on your team, the more her attack increases as well. So I just feel like overall purple unit, they're really doing, like, the purple element is doing really good right now. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to shut up for you guys. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay. So you guys can basically see the potential of this character. He's cracked. Like literally, he was doing the most damage every single time. Of course, Kaseya, she was doing good damage as well, but he was just teleporting across the map, instantly one-shotting enemies, not even giving them a chance to breathe. This character is broken. Like he is just broken. Like ever since I brought him up to Rainbow Stars, he's just completely insane. Like he's on a whole different level, instantly clearing content, just destroying enemies, not even giving them a chance to cast their special skills. He's just a broken unit overall, and I feel like as of to right now, HOAQIN is literally the best DPS in the game because the equipment set just basically buffed his survivability, and you also have Gusting, who basically buffs his damage, and also his HP is just crazy overall. So HOAQIN, crack character, broken unit, and I feel like the more units we get in the future, the more insane he's gonna be. But as of to right now, he is definitely the best DPS in the game. And if you have it all depends on how many copies you have on his character. If you don't have a lot of copies on HOAQIN, of course Yua is going to be better than him, but I feel like the more copies you get of HOAQIN, the more stronger he becomes, and of course his potential just basically increases overall. So that's pretty much how I feel about HOAQIN so far. Ever since I brought him to Rainbow, he's just been absolutely insane ever since I brought him to Rainbow. He's just an insane unit overall. But anyways, I'll be ending the video at that. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and put your thoughts down below in the comment section of what you guys think overall. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.